And here's the point. Some of you have literally fallen away from Jesus for a time. You grew up in the church maybe, and then you got into high school and the cost was way too high. It was different. You wanted to do other things. You wanted to expand your horizons, and you literally fell away. This text is telling you you're not done. Jesus Christ is not done with you. He is willing to reinstall you. You have not outsinned his grace. Grace is undeserved favor. Religion, you get what you deserve. Grace, you get what you don't deserve because Jesus got what you deserved. It is literally the difference between, and I've told this story about my ticket, but I have another one to be able to create an analogy for you because it's the difference between religion and grace. See, the first ticket that I talk about often is the grace moment where I tried to outrun the police officer when I was 20 years old, and he caught me, and he totally knew I was trying to outrun him, and he didn't give me a ticket anyway. I pretended to go up to a house, and he said, that's not at your buddy's house. I'm like, yes, it is. And he knew I was lying, and he said, okay, kid, and he gave me a little Santa Claus wink, and he said, you be careful, kid. All right, and he walked away. I'm like, that's grace. Totally caught red-handed. I deserve a ticket, but I didn't get one. All right, that was different than 2 weeks ago. When I was driving in my car somewhere, and I'm on the highway, and the cop pulls me over. Woo! Pulls me over. By the way, the car looked like every other. It should be marked white. Should be really clear who's a cop and who's not. I'm just saying, it's kind of odd, you know, and mean to the rest of us to dress your stuff up. Like I'm a normal van, all of a sudden, whee! Anyways, so he pulls me over to the side of the road, and he comes up to the window, he goes, you know why I'm pulling you over? I'm like, speeding? He's like, no, actually. I'm like, right, because I wasn't speeding. He's like, because you're talking on your phone. And I was like, oh my goodness, talking on my phone, I thought I had it low. Like this, I thought he couldn't see it. Anyways, he gives me a $400 ticket. Do you know why I pulled you over? Speeding? No, actually, but let me go check my speedometer. You're right. Now you have 2 tickets. All right, now, that's religion, all right? That's me getting what I deserve, all right? Talking on my phone, no Bluetooth. Guy gives me a ticket, gives me exactly what I deserve, all right? The first one is grace. That's Christianity, where a cop looks at you and he gives you what you don't deserve. That's what happens in Christianity. You fell away from Jesus for a time, sure. You went and did your own thing in university. But now we got a ton of people in our church. I talked to them, and their story is they did all that. They came to church as a kid. Then they went to university. Then they got off the rails. They became this. They became that. They remember the Bible stories. Then they have a couple kids. And they look at the kids and they realize, oh my gosh, what are these kids gonna do with their life? I gotta make sure they're moral or they're gonna kill me in my sleep. So let's get the kids all ready and bring them to church. We'll put them in church. We'll grab a cup of coffee. We'll go sit in the auditorium. At least they're hearing the Noah stories down there. And Jesus Christ wants to look at all of you right now because you've kind of walked away from this whole thing, and he wants to say, forget your kid for a second. I'm not done with you. I will reinstall you. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? It doesn't matter that you fell away for a time. I can use that to reach people just like you. That's what this story is saying. You're all gonna fall away. You're all gonna struggle. The disciples all did, but I'm not done with you yet.